Never put it in the same shelf next to the other 10 so it doesn't contaminate the other 10. Has different morals in it. And in that case, if that were to happen, again, he would be correct.
Yeah, it's silly, exactly. So number 11 will never go into the box set. Okay. I want to talk about some of your obsessions or recurring themes and motives, and I'm just going to throw a couple of things out there. Let's talk about large ensemble casts first, which you seem to really, really love. What is the appeal? Because I think as a director, and even as a screenwriter, it must also be very complex because you have so many characters to look after.
Well, yeah, and that's not hard. That's not hard for me. To me, if anything, I mean, neither of them are necessarily that difficult as far as that's concerned. But I have told one person's journey a couple of times in my films, in particular Kill Bill and Django Unchained. In fact, I think those are the only examples. But to me, it's easier to divide it up amongst other people and to have an ensemble. So I don't have one lead per se, and the narrative is divided up between a few other characters. And so, I deal with this guy, I deal with this guy, I deal with this guy. Okay, now I'm bored with that guy, and the audience is getting bored with that person, and then I switch over to this other person over here, who's usually very different than that person, and that person has a different flavor and a different energy and a different vibe, and that's kind of exciting. And that, I think, goes a long way for the kind of up and down, hopefully exciting rhythms.
Yeah, and they can bounce off of each other.
Hopefully they go together, but my whole idea is to put things that don't go together and have the tones be widely different, but I guess it's my aesthetic that holds it together. It's the way I see things is what holds it together, even though, I'm going for high drama, high suspense, high comedy within a heartbeat from each other.
Well, I mean, that's one of the other things I wanted to talk about, is that your cinema is very referential. We already said you're a cinephile. There are references, there are homages, things like that. At the same time,
not as many as critics think there are.
Well, we like to see them everywhere, of course.
Well, no, but it's one of those things. I'm not trying to actually hold on to your question for a second, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm where you're going with it. I want to hear. But it's one of those things that becomes kind of annoying. Yeah, there are definitely things that I've taken from the history of cinema. Rarely is it shots, even though people accuse me of that. I rarely take shots from other movies. I think in Pulp Fiction, when Marcellus walks in front of the car, which is similar to this shot in Psycho, when she sees the bank manager. I think that might be the only shot I've ever taken from another movie, exactly. But I get accused of that all the time. But the thing is, though, but it's one of those things where it becomes very annoying because anything that's in my movie, it's like critics are trying to write a laundry list. Oh, he took this from this, and this is from that, and that's from this, and this is from that. And it's like, at one, it's like sometimes there are movies I haven't even seen, and I didn't take it from that. I came up with it myself, all right? Or two, it's like, well, yeah, in the history of cinema, yeah, some other people maybe have done this, all right? But that's not where I'm coming from. But it is actually very much where a lot of critics, like, they're trying to beat the mastermind, all right? And try to show how smart they are with all their film references.
Yeah, and excluding all the readers that haven't seen all those movies as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is one of the reasons that I try not to do it, but yeah. Okay, but...